And the first thing people see is Neo toking.
And I'm out.
I think that right there sets the tone for our show.
Yes. Especially with the week I had, yes.
But I do have the chat up. And
dude, I had to take a lorazepam Friday, so I'm smoking everything I have.
Okay. Anything that's not nailed down in the trailer, going in the bowl.
Yeah, I ran out Saturday.
Oh, this is a painful Monday.
No, it ain't. I still got a big bottle of vodka here.
just drink till you forget you're out of pot.
I got that one. I got that one. I got that one.
Leo's set. Lulu's set.
I got this one. I got this one.
See.
I got those. I got this.
You know, this is all medicinal. It's looking, and this is great because this brings up the image to the senior citizen that's got the all the days of the week pill box because they're on 5 or 6 different pills. Lulu here is on 5 or 6 different strands of medical marijuana to balance her out. So this is the younger generation's version of being on several pills.
And where's the camera? You see that?
Little bit of that. There you go.
You see that?
I see that.
Yeah, that's I forgot what it's called. That's the bottom of the bottom of my I can't think right now because I've been smoking most of the day.
The thing that you twist and turn to
my grinder.
Now, mind you, you're in California.
This is the powder.
I'm in Massachusetts, so for all the YouTube viewers out there, we're showing stuff that is completely legal and on the up and up. And if
in
you're
most of the states,
and if
congratulations,
if you're with the federal government, fuck off and turn off the stream. But
I'm in California. You can't do shit.
Well, the federal government overrides the state. No, we're not going to be a downer here. I wonder if we can get kicked off of YouTube for this. We are just smoking up right on the front page.
And drinking coffee.
Which Mars approves, especially of the tankard-size coffee cup. There we go. Yeah. So, we should open the show, and then we should talk about the show title for this week, because every week I go to great lengths to come up with a creative show title that usually has nothing to do with anything. And this week we call the show, and when I say we, I mean me, There Are No Boats in the Boathouse, Only Sex. And I have to explain. Because that's how we roll here on this show, which we call...
Insert title here.
The show that just changes names so often. We said, fuck it, let's put a placeholder in. And this week is the non-painting week. So I guess that means it's the All My Children 1993 recap week. No. We'll only do a little bit of that. Speaking of which.
Depending on when... we might need to... we have to postpone next Monday.
We have to... Okay. All right. The show or the painting?
The painting.
But you could do show without painting?
I can do show without painting, it's just I can't paint.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay.
Because I'm running out of supplies and I won't be able to get some until the 3rd.
Okay. Well, I just started a new job today, which starts and ends an hour later. Actually, it starts 2 hours later and ends an hour later because when they say 9 to 5, they literally mean 9 to 5. Apparently, an 8-hour day also includes the lunch as part of the 8-hour day, which is fine by me.
What's supposed to be?
Most places I've worked at, you're in for 9 hours with a 1 hour lunch, or you're in for 8.5 hours with a half-hour lunch. But for a long time, hour lunch has been the standard I've been, working with.
Yeah, they only pay for your lunch.
Well, you're off the clock. That's your time. You can leave the building and do whatever the fuck you want for that hour. That's the way lunch hours work at most places. You clock out, you go do whatever the fuck you want to do. You come back, you clock in, you work another 4 hours. Yeah, that's...
if you feel like getting wasted and go to a stripper joint, then hey, that's on you.
Most places I've worked at, lunch was included.
Yeah, well, this place...
Only a half hour, but,
This place is a pretty standard 9 to 5 type of operation, which is one of the perks of working here. Is so many places I interviewed for were like, we need you to be willing to work weekends if we have projects going on. Sometimes you're going to need overtime. But this is a place that their line of business is pretty much as a 9 to 5 business hours. We work 9 to 5. There's not a whole lot of needing people after hours and on weekends for things. They're very laid back. So yeah, I'm really the other cool thing about this job is, and this is kind of one of these bizarre moments, because last Monday I was literally handing out laptops, welcoming the new hires, telling them how to get signed in and set up their account. Today, I was sitting, being welcomed, giving my username and being walked through how to change my password. And it's like I was literally on the other side of this conversation last week. And which is interesting because they actually have someone that works for this company that she's a trainer. That's all she does is train people on things. And so she's responsible for welcoming and training the new hires. So IT does not hand out computers or logins. They do it all behind the scenes. And I gotta say, they got their onboarding shit together because, they don't need anyone to log in until later on in the day. And by the second half of the day, everyone's accounts were created. They gave us username and passwords. We logged in, and she walked us through changing things and setting things up. And she reports to the same guy I report to, but she's like, 80% HR, 20% IT. So it's really interesting that they have a person that specifically does that. And it's like, oh, this is exactly what more places should have. Because we're all, let's face it, help desk people, we're all awkward, antisocial geeks. We don't want to be
perfect there.
It's like,
I don't have time for this.
Hi, I'm Jonathan with the help desk, and I'm going to be giving you laptops, and if you could log on to them. I'm a little better than that, but not by much. So no, they got someone who's very energetic and excited about training people on how to log into their account. But she also does, a lot of different trainings, and I'm going through all the security trainings that they make everyone go through, and it's like, yeah, I kind of know all this, but that's their standard onboarding. So
okay, now here's the thing. How long? And we're placing bets, people. How long before they do something that pisses you off, that has you screaming about it here?
Hey, I had a solid 1.5 to 2 years at the last place before they pissed me off. But no, I gotta say, maybe I think everyone has stories about their job from time to time. I mean, Tharco, I liked that job. I went through some frustrating times, and I vented about it on the show. But all in all, that was a good job, and they treated me well. And the only reason I left was because my job was going to become redundant, and I didn't want to move to Minneapolis. But I had two options there. I could have moved to Minneapolis, or I could have stuck around and they would have turned my job into a job that would have had me traveling and on the road a whole lot. And, I could have waited that out and saw how that worked and stayed in the Bay Area, but I really wanted to get back to the Northeast. It was, so it was a lot of things that kind of pulled together.
You don't want to go to Minneapolis.
No.
I've heard stories.
No, they got
the world of gumball goofs on them.
No, I probably could have afforded a house pretty easily in Minneapolis. Although the big thing it came down to was they offered me shit pay for the job. What PCA offered me as a salary with no overtime to work in Minneapolis was not the standard pay rate of a system engineer in Minneapolis. And I counteroffered, and I backed up my counteroffer with charts and graphs that show that what I was requesting was the average pay of a system engineer in Minneapolis. And they came back and they said, no.
Okay, Mr. Perot.
Which was fine because I really didn't want to take the job. I was actually quite relieved when they turned down my counteroffer. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about sex in the boathouse.
Wait, what?
Okay, so...
Did you say sex in the boathouse?
Yes. And I just... This raises a question. What the fucking hell is a boathouse? Does anyone know
I know what a boathouse is.
Okay.
Yeah, even I know.
But as far as I can tell, there are no boats in a boathouse. It's just
we have to go and get one.
The boathouse is just where people go off to have sex. Is what is what TV has taught me, because as I've mentioned before, I am rewatching All My Children, and I started in 1990, which means I skipped about 20 years, but that's okay.
So they're actually assuming that there's no boat in the boathouse, but I've seen movies with boathouses, and there's usually some kind of boat in a boathouse.
Something pretty cool, especially talking about spy movies.
Well, first of all My Children takes place in Pine Valley, which is someplace in Pennsylvania, which is a landlocked state. And I don't think that there's a lake in Pine Valley, and there's no reference to the Chandler Mansion being on a lake, or there's no any establishing shots of the Chandler Mansion doesn't show a lake, but the complex has the gatehouse, which is where Stewart lives, and the boathouse, which is where anyone goes to sneak off to have sex. That seems to be the only purpose that the boathouse serves. There's no boats in the boathouse. Oh, there's sex in the boathouse, but you don't want sex. You want boats, and there's no boats.
Speak for yourself.
In the boat.
Okay.
I'm basically doing
stop.
No sex in the champagne room.
If you want, really good soap operas, watch the Mexican ones.
Okay.
I shit you not.
No. And I know this. I seem to recall someone with like a wig and dots on his face that looks like he's dressed like a little boy.
No. I'm not talking about the funny ones. I'm talking about the actual soap operas here, dude. I'm literally like not fucking with you. If you're watching, if you're wanting real drama, you go for the Mexican soap operas.
Well, this is, what this is like? This is like watching the old family movies from the 90s. I grew up with these guys. Adam, Stuart, Natalie, Trevor.
Dude, don't remind me. My grandmother used to watch this shit.
Tad is
fucking
back.
Terrible.
Tad wasn't dead. He's come back. He was alive in Napa Valley the whole time.
The lives of the rich and famous.
Are you laughing because you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm laughing because I know what you're talking about, and I can't believe that you're that much into it.
Did you see my little reference that I tweeted recently about that?
Oh, do you know which soap opera it was with the girl that like reaches over? Like the opening credits is this girl reaching over and she picks up like a world or something, and it like like expands, and it's like this weird, and it like generates around. I don't know which one the fuck it is.
See, I could never get into any of the others. They all, I probably had the standard male reaction to every soap opera that's not All My Children, which is, oh my god, this is stupid. How can anyone watch this? But I
don't know. It was
something about it was Trevor and Natalie on that island that sucked me in, and once you're sucked in, you can't get out until the VCR stops working.
But no, there was the opening credits for this one was this girl, like, if she either reaches over, or she sits up out of bed, and it's a young girl, but she either reaches over or sits up out of bed, and there's a world in front of her. Well, it opens up like one of these like futuristic boxes, and there's like a light in it, and the cubes that it opens up with begin to swirl around her, and then it turns into like a universe. And I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's like, if it's another soap opera, or if I'm like making this shit up from like being 5-6 years old and just like imagining like something else on the TV from nothing but soap operas.
No, I can see that being a thing. I just don't know what that is. But I just want to share what I think is one of All My Children's funniest moments. This is something I was looking forward to, that I remembered through all the years. I was so excited to see it again. So there was a guy named Tad Martin, and he backstory. He on his wedding day, the day he was going to marry Dixie, who he previously married and divorced. It was complicated, and they were going to get remarried. And the day they're going to get remarried, Billy Clyde Tuggle shows up and sets a trap, and there's an explosion, and they fall off the bridge into this very dangerous place of rapids that no one could ever possibly survive. They found Billy Clyde's body. They didn't find Tad's body. Tad, from the fall, had amnesia and somehow ended up hitching a ride out to California. And the audience saw this. The audience saw that he was alive, and then saw everyone mourning for him, and that he, they all think he's dead. And so like 2 or 3 years go by of everyone thinking that Tad is dead, and all of a sudden he shows back up in Pine Valley to work out a wine partnership with the Merricks. And he memories start coming back, because how this seems familiar, being that his whole life took place there. Anyways, so his mother Opal finds first Brooke finds him, brings him back to Pine Valley, and his memory's starting to come back. Opal, his mother, sees him, and she's all freaked out, and she's like, oh my god, I knew you were alive all along, because she kind of felt like he wasn't dead, but no one believed her. And she's married to Palmer. Palmer was the guy that's responsible for breaking up Tad and Dixie that resulted in the divorce. So Tad and Palmer never really got along all that well, but Opal, his mother, and Palmer ended up getting married, and so that kind of softened things, but there's still a bit of this like Tad Palmer tension. And Opal insisting that her mother's intuition said that Tad was still alive made Palmer spend a shit ton of his money hiring private investigators to look for him and try to find him. And they never found him. So this scene here is Palmer coming over to because Opal basically they called Palmer like, hey, Opal needs you, come over. Palmer has no idea that Tad's alive or Tad's been found, and this is just Palmer opens up the door and sees a guy that he's presumed dead for the past 2 to 3 years, and this is his reaction. And only Palmer would react like this to seeing the dead alive after 2 years. And we just need to here we go. All right, so the doorbell rings and it's Palmer at the door, and his reaction, priceless.
Well, why the heck not? What are you waiting for? Explain it right now. Explain it, please.
I'll get it.
Okay.
That's
thanks.
Tad.
Oh, thank
He's
you,
gonna go get the door.
Listen, promise, don't say anything to him, please. Not yet. Well, okay. I mean, it isn't like we don't have a million other things to
That's
pass
awful.
the time.
Where the devil have you been? Your mother's been in pure agony because of you. Maybe you should have shelled out another couple of dollars for that army of private investigators. My men combed every inch of this globe looking for you. Idiots. They missed a spot. It's called the Napa Valley. Darling, are you all right?
Oh, well, didn't I tell you he was alive?
Yeah.
Where the devil have you been? Is all he can say. Not like, oh my God, you're alive. Holy shit, what the fuck? Where the devil have you been? Your mother's been in pure agony because he... And that's so Palmer.
Full response.
It's like, oh, you're not dead? Oh, okay.
He's pissed off at him. Like, what where have you been? You know what you put your mother through. No, like, hey, nice to see you. Glad you're not dead. Not just the look on Tad's face when he opens up the door to see Palmer's pretty good too. Like, I don't remember you, but I can tell I don't like you. That I think is that. Let's see if I can freeze on that look. There it is. There it is. All right, let's screen share again. There we go. This is not the look of someone seeing someone they're glad to see. This is. I tell you, some of the best acting is done on soap operas. I mean, this look of like, ugh, I don't know who you are, but I know I don't like you.
I give that kind of look to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a pretty good look.
Although they got looks like that everywhere across TV.
But that's not the story we're on right now. Right now we're on the story of the day that Stuart and Gloria were going to get married, which is when Stuart found out that Gloria has been sleeping with his twin brother Adam, which was going down in the boathouse.
That has no boat.
There's no boat in the boathouse.
Which makes no sense because, like, you would need the boat because the under cabin, you know, the cabin in it, you know, for the bed.
No, I don't think it's that kind of boathouse. There's a bed in there. Because Trevor was sleeping in there before he married Natalie, and sometimes Natalie would sneak off there. Of course, Natalie's sister, Natalie's sister Janet, slipped into the boathouse and stripped naked, and tried to throw herself at Trevor one night, but he was having none of that. So nothing good really happens in the boathouse. It's like, damn it, Stuart, don't go to the boathouse. Nothing good's gonna come of this.
Well, we never had a boathouse. We used a greenhouse. Didn't have anything green in it, though. It was old and dilapidated, falling apart, but it's still useful.
Well, a good greenhouse should have something green in it because that's where you're growing stuff, and if you're growing good plants, they'd be green. Right?
It had been abandoned for about 20 years.
Okay, so it was the brown house.
We have a greenhouse that's growing green stuff.
Yeah, I bet. I think I know what kind of green stuff you're growing.
If only I had seeds. Now you wish you had some weed that had seeds in it.
You know what? If you want seeds, this is real easy. You could do this in 3 steps. Step 1, walk into a record store. Step 2, go to the section with dollar bin records. Step 3, find a copy of Steely Dan Asia. And there you go. You got your seeds.
What the hell?
I don't know, but it seems anytime I find a copy of Steely Dan Asia and I open up the gatefold cover, there's pot seeds right in there.
Oh my god!
Really?
What the fuck?
Well, you know, it's like Dennis Miller said, please take your album covers off the wall. Album covers are for one thing and one thing only. De-seeding pot.
Yes. Or a little shoebox.
Of course, we all know from the story I've told many times that album covers also come in handy for the deployment of disgusting things from underneath doors that are locked.
Ooh.
I don't know, Lulu, you remember that story? My dad's cream spinach story.
Oh, what? I don't remember this.
Yeah.
My dad has a story from when he was in college, and his college roommate was a fan of cream spinach. I can't stand the stuff myself, but
Neither I.
and so he goes home for break. They go home for break, and my dad's roommate, I guess his mom had made some meals and things or whatever, and there was some cream spinach, and he was the only one that really liked it, and so there was leftover, and she goes, well, why don't you take the cream spinach back with you to school? And I seem to recall it was they just put the lid on a pressure cooker and he threw it in the car, drove back to Scranton, took it out of the car, stashed it up on the shelf in the closet, and forgot about it for a really long time.
No.
And
No.
and at some point, I guess they're going through stuff, whatever, and he sees it up on the shelf there. He's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And, took the lid off, and, that was, but what are you going to do? I mean, let's face it, a college student's not going to do dishes, so put the lid back on, threw it back in the closet. I'll deal with that later.
No!
So, fast forward.
I would have never opened that lid on the inside. I would have been outside.
I don't know. All I know is that more time passes, and there's some kind of a party going on, and at some point, someone's bragging about their iron stomach, and I never puke. Ain't nothing gonna make me puke. I think the challenge came out. Well, we got something you need to do a whiff of. So everyone's placing their bets. They took the thing outside, and they took the lid off, and the stuff was steaming at this point.
Oh, no.
Your reactions are great to this.
No.
The guy bends over, takes a whiff, and immediately goes from sniffing to puking.
No! No!
Everyone settles their bets, put the lid back on the thing, throw it back up on the closet shelf.
Like the cream mushroom soup.
You never know when the stuff's going to come in handy. You can't just throw out stuff like that.
Oh, no. It was kept.
So at some point, sometime later, my dad and his roommate get a knock on the door in the middle of the night. And they open up the door to a bunch of giggling and the sound of a aluminum can being flung into the room, which goes tink tink and lands in the floor of my dad's closet. It turns out it was a can of shaving cream with a hole poked in it that they covered up with a thumb and then tossed it in the room as soon as they open up the door. That's a great prank right there. Personally, I prefer the prank of freezing the can of shaving cream, cutting the bottom open, and you got this nice, neat little cylinder that you can stash in someone's briefcase, and then watch what happens as it starts to thaw and starts seeping out the. But that's not. That's how I would have gone with it. But no, they poked a hole, throw it in the room. Shaving cream goes everywhere, which my dad was quite pissed about that because it went in his closet and he had just done laundry, and so all his clothes got. So
shaving cream, be nice and clean.
So they're like, we're gonna get you for this. And the guys that did this, they stayed up the whole night, waiting for retaliation. my dad and his roommate cleaned themselves up, went to bed, slept great. Next day, around class, whatever, it's like, oh, tonight's the night. We are gonna get you tonight. They stayed up. They stayed up all night waiting for revenge. My dad, his roommate, just went to sleep. So eventually, I don't know if it was a few nights or the third night or whatever, but they decide, no, we're going to get them. So this is what they did. So the doors open inward into the rooms, and they were in a hallway across from one another. So they got a piece of rope because they figured out, well, we just tie the rope around the doorknob, and tie it to the across that they can't get the door open. So it's like locked from outside. I think this is in the era before fire codes. So
Yeah.
I don't think they were considering that. And they went and they got the good old cream spinach out from the closet, and
No.
Oh no!
and this is where use number 2 of album covers comes in. They took an album cover. I don't. I asked, do you remember what album cover was used? I do know my dad had a copy of Cat Scratch Fever that was missing the cover.
Oh no!
So I'm not saying it was Cat Scratch Fever, but my dad's copy of Cat Scratch Fever has no cover.
Oh no!
So they take the album cover, shove the cream spinach in it, put the open end under the door, and stepped on it.
Oh.
And they heard a bunch of rustling and a bunch of what the, and a bunch of very unpleasant sounds. Followed by attempts to open up the door frantically. That rope held. They went out the window.
Oh, that's classic. Oh.
So yeah, that's 2 uses for album covers: de-seeding pot and flinging rotten cream spinach from under doors.
Oh God. That was that's beyond pranking. That's
Yeah,
that's unspeakable horror.
that's worse than shaving cream.
Well, I got some good old ham and beans sitting in my fridge from October that I still haven't taken out, and I'm afraid to open up the lid.
Is there anyone you need to get revenge on?
I don't know yet. It's there, and I'm like, I mean, like you can tell that it's like wafting because like the smells from it like lingers, and it's like every once in a while like it changes, and I'm like, oh, wait, oh, it's not, it's not, it's not smelling today.
That's a different stink.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, it changed.
It changes stink from time to time.
Yeah, it does.
For me, the worst was, and this wasn't the stink, it was just the principle of the matter that pissed me off about this. Because my mom was a fan of quick and easy dinners. And so a dinner that she did quite often was I don't do they still do these things? I remember she discovered this thing one time, and then she did them a lot. They're these oven bags. They're actually these plastic bags.
They still have those.
Yeah, a plastic bag that you throw like meat and gravy and whatever you know.
Potatoes.
Yeah. And you like tie the end off and poke a few holes, and like the bag would inflate in the oven and seal all the juices in. And she would always what she would do is she'd get the oven bag, she'd throw in a bunch of chicken breasts, a can of sliced potatoes, a can of sliced carrots, and probably a can of gravy. So you had like this chicken, gravy, and sliced potatoes and sliced carrots that came out of cans. and canned potatoes and canned carrots, or they're kind of
No.
mushy. The kind of the potatoes taste kind of like potato. Like maybe at one point in time this was from something that once was a potato, but it's been soaking in a can of water and preservatives on the grocer's shelf for the past 7.5 months.
Turned into this odd colored mush.
And inevitably, the chicken would all go, and there'd be lots of leftover gravy and carrots and potatoes. And if there was enough leftovers that it was wasteful to throw it out, my mom had a system. You grabbed like an old Cool Whip container out of the cabinet, and you throw it in there, put the lid on, and throw it in the fridge until it grew legs and got up and walked itself out to the trash can.
My mom does the same thing.
Of course, I'm exaggerating, because if it actually grew legs and walked itself out to the trash can, we wouldn't have a problem here. But no, it just sits there and rots. It doesn't even have the courtesy to really grow legs and walk off.
No, it does, because you pull it out of the back, you lift it, go, oh dear God, and then you hurt its legs because it walks out. Throw it away.
No, we were all lazy. We go, what the and keep it in the fridge. So my mom was a working mom with 4 kids. What does that mean? That means any chore she don't want to do, she's got 4 people to delegate to. Cleaning the fridge was not among the things that she was going to do. Hey, Jonathan, why don't you clean the fridge? And that would piss me off, because then there'd be 15 containers of rotten potatoes and carrots. And 5 containers is something that I think used to be potatoes and carrots, but I can't quite be sure of. And I'd open up the first one, I'd be like, the container's going in the garbage. I open up the second one, I'm like, that could. And at some point, I'm like, Mom, I'm just throwing these containers out. She's like, well, I need those. What? That's wash them out. I ain't wash. Why do you keep these?
Exactly.
Yes, the odor's permeated into the plastic now. There's no way to wash it out.
We can't get rid of the good Tupperware. We had a matching set of all the different, Cool Whip logos from all the years.
You know what happened in my house? We lost all the Tupperware containers, but we still had the lids. My mom finally said, fuck this, and threw away a big 13-gallon bag full of fucking lids.
Well, that was the thing, is that we had a cabinet filled with lids and containers, but none of them matched up. Yeah, they didn't match up. It's like, what is this? This doesn't. What if? I think they discontinued this in the Eisenhower administration. How did this get in our cabinet? Why do we have? Some of the containers it's like, don't throw that out, clean that out, it's a good container. No, Mom, it's going in the garbage.
It'll disintegrate and bleach.
And then
no.
And then a few nights later, we're having bagged chicken, carrot, potato for dinner, a bunch of leftover carrots and potatoes. Mom goes to the cabinet, pulled out a container. I'm like, what are you doing? I go, well, I'm saying, Mom, in all the years you've been making this, when has any one of us ever gone into the fridge for leftover potatoes and carrots and gravy? Has anyone ever eaten those leftovers? Oh, I might make a good lunch. You eating them? No, I'm not.
Did you have a dog?
We had a dog, but you don't need to encourage stanky gas from a dog. And a trail of diarrhea all over the place.
Runs over to the next house. Screaming to let him in.
Like, Greg, you gonna eat some carrots and potatoes for lunch tomorrow? Hell no. Steph, Amanda, any takers for leftover carrots and potatoes for lunch tomorrow? Throw that shit out. I didn't say that.
Give it to the dog. The dog's like, fuck you! Fuck you! I don't even want the shit! Give me the kibble!
The only thing the dog got was a pizza crust. That was she always got her pizza crust on Fridays. But no, I mean, Banshee was. If you ever left like dishes on the table, which rarely happened, I don't know why this happened this one time. Dad must have been working late, and Mom must have just not given a shit that night. Because at some point, we're all left the table with dirty dishes still on the table, and I just don't remember the circumstances because this like never happened. And I come around the corner, and I see Banshee standing on the table. Head sideways, like almost laying on the plate, tongue going crazy, licking up marinara sauce off the plate. Oh, she was having a good old time, and all I could do was watch this. This was great. This is better than TV.
Yeah, you don't have to wash the dishes,
dude. Sometimes in my place, we'll go through the refrigerators, and whatever doesn't smell off, doesn't have mold, isn't trying to climb out of the Tupperware. We're like, okay, we're giving it to the dogs, and then we just pile it all up into a pan. We dish it out in the backyard, and then we leave them out for 2 hours.
2 hours, more like 2 days.
2 hours. Let them shit it out. Bring them back in. Give them punches of water, and just leave the back door open just in case if they have to go shit diarrhea.
Oh man.
Good thing you didn't try to give it to a cat. The cat would take one sniff and kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
No. We have the crypt keeper that only eats wet food because he has no teeth, and we have Momo who likes life prey and whatever kibble and wet food, and then Binks who just mouses and whatever, and then eats his kibble in here. So yeah, Binks doesn't really eat people food, so.
Well, at Banshee, we had to make a point to keep the trash can up high, and it got worse in her older age because, as a young puppy and as a younger dog, we trained her pretty well that you're not supposed to do that. So she knew that she wasn't supposed to do that. So she knew that she had to be sneaky to do that, and if she heard someone coming, to not do that. But then, as she got older, her hearing started to go. And so you could come around the corner and you just see her, standing up on her hind legs, paws on the can, face buried in trash can, rooting around. Ooh, what do we got here? Good old buffet. And you just walk right up to her and sidle right up to her, and she just keep going right in there like, I'm just standing there staring down at her.
Too.
and one time I did this, and because I came up to her, like not trying to sneak up on her, but I did, and she just keeps rooting right around in there. And so finally I yelled, Banshee! And she turned around and gave me this look like, what?
It's like, I want this, damn it!
It's like, I'm trying to eat here, okay?
My dog was different. My dog did the same thing. Except it's turned out to be some failure, organ failure. But I called her down, down to the lab, and she was up there, in my garbage bag, and tipped it over, and was happily munching away at the leftover, Wendy's bread or anything. And I was doing the same thing. I stood right behind her, looking at her doing this. And her hearing was so good. And I just said, ahem. And she stopped and looked at me with that, I'm busted look. and she bolted right out and ran upstairs to my parents.
I think by Banshee's later years, she had no fucks left to give. It's just like, dude, you left the can down here, and I can't hear you. I'm going to go in and eat it. And that's where we had to start keeping the can up. Well, the problem is she'd eventually knock the can down and leave a mess. And the worst was when Amanda was a baby.
Oh, no.
Banshee had a fondness for the contents of the diapers.
Oh.
You'd think that would leave a mess. The messy was the shredded cotton bits of the diaper, though. There was not a trace of what was in there left. And then she's going to get up and start licking your face. And it's like, I don't... You've been eating shit. I don't think so.
You've been eating human shit.
Yes.
It's not cat shit. It's human shit.
She, dogs generally have bad breath. And one of my siblings, you know that stuff they sell at like the counter, like the Kmart Sweet Breath, little bottle of green liquid?
Oh, no.
You had that too, huh?
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, we had to do the same thing.
It's potent stuff. You put a drop of it on your tongue and it burns like heck, but you smell you taste minty fresh for like at least the next 6 to 8 weeks. People smell you coming like you got the sweet breath, did you? Yeah, that's great for getting pulled over. Never mind. At some point, the Listerine strips replace that. But no. So my brother just got pissed off at her bad breath, and so he took a bottle of Sweet Breath and just cut a bigger hole in the top and just dumped the whole bottle in her mouth. She was fine. She didn't like it, but she was fine. It didn't poison her. I think she spit most of it out. I gotta say though, she had the best breath after that. It worked. It worked. I mean, he's like, no, check it out. She comes up, she starts licking my face, and I'm like, oh my God, minty fresh. You're onto something here, Greg. This is great. It's awful that you did that, but I'm glad you did.
No, I don't smell human shit on her
well, this wasn't
mouth anymore.
Oh, this wasn't the diaper phase, so there wasn't any literal shit going on. She just had normal stanky dog breath. But no, Sweet Breath will clear that right up. Sweet Breath really will freshen a dog's breath.
Oh yes, it does.
It does. It absolutely does. You have to force him to take it, but
oh yes, you do.
It ain't like a pill. You can't just put peanut butter on that. But
I think Titus would probably bite my hand off if I tried anything like that with him.
Yeah.
Ever tried to brush your dog's teeth?
Oh.
I could probably get away with that with Titus because he'll actually gnaw on my hand.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on my dog, and no, he didn't like that either.
No, I imagine not.
And then the mouthwash afterwards.
Okay, I have a rant.
Okay.
I fucking hate Amazon Prime. You want to know why? I was trying to buy something on Amazon. I accidentally clicked Amazon Prime. It went to a free trial. I tried canceling the motherfucker, and they gave me an extra 30 days free trial. And I didn't know about this. So I tried. So when I got in the mail, I got a thing saying, oh, well, you haven't tried your Amazon Prime. And I was like, I don't have Amazon Prime. So I go in, and I go, okay, how do I fucking cancel this? And I go into Manage Prime, and there's no fucking button to cancel Amazon Prime. They hide that shit.
Oh my god, that's bullshit.
They hide it. It's like, no, you're not allowed to fucking cancel Amazon Prime. Once you click that free trial button, you're automatically locked into it.
I hate that kind of business
Belong
practice.
to us now.
Yeah, that's like AOL was the worst with that.
Yeah, it was like I finally found it and it's getting canceled. But they fucking hide that shit. It's like they're forcing you now to have Amazon Prime.
They really
for their
are pushing
services.
it. They do. I will say they push it hard, and I do have it. But I, for me, I like. I chose to have it. But no, I didn't realize how hard it would have been to cancel that because I never tried to. Now my stepmother ended up with a year of Amazon Prime by accident. So yeah, that's kind of bullshit that it's so easy to accidentally opt in and difficult to cancel. That's the type of stuff. That's the type of shit that makes me want stricter regulations because, personal responsibility, figure it out. But they're really trying to manipulate people. And that is going in with bad intentions. They're not, there's no honor there. They're not, they're trying to result.
Of course not. They're corporate.
I mean, they're thinking big picture. If we do this, there's a certain percentage of people that will just not bother and will just pay it. There's a certain percentage of people that will not notice and just pay it. There's a certain, and that means more on their bottom line. That's not an honorable way to make a dollar.
There's a button on the app that will come up because sometimes you'll have to log in again. And during the login, after you put in your username and password, it'll go directly to an Amazon free trial. And the no thank you, I want to continue, is in tiny, 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 tiny blue letters right underneath a gargantuan button.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, where the fuck is it? It's like, I have to fucking press this start Prime free 14-day free trial? It's like, no, I'm not going to.
Oh, that's the worst when places take you to an ad has like a button on it that looks like the button you're looking for, and the real button's small and hidden on the page.
Yeah, I've been having a hard time with Amazon the last probably month now, trying to get rid of the Prime, and it's fucking stupid. It's like, yeah, it could be the consumer's fault for clicking on the free trial, but when they have a fucking free trial button at every fucking turn, especially a pop-up on their fucking page and app, it kind of defeats the purpose when you're trying not to get Prime, when Prime is shoved in your face and every time you open the app and try to go to something.
Yeah. I YouTube keeps trying to get me to do a free trial of the premium YouTube or the YouTube Red, which I've already done that and canceled that because, well, I did that so I could watch the first season of Rhett and Link's Buddy System. And that's when I discovered that it's not that YouTube hasn't figured out how to make an app that'll let videos continue streaming when you sleep your phone. It's that's a feature in the paid version. If you want to listen to YouTube videos on earbuds while walking, you can do that if you have YouTube Red, because YouTube Red enables the feature for the app to let the video keep playing even when you turn your phone screen off. And so I discovered that when I was doing the free trial to watch Rhett and Link's Buddy System. And I was like, oh, this is great. And I did that for a month. And then it auto-renewed. And I was going to let it auto-renew and I was going to pay it. The thing is that it billed me on an account I didn't expect it to. And it did it through PayPal. And it didn't say YouTube Red. It said some kind of like, blah, blah, blah streaming renewal. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I called and I asked, and they said, we don't know what it is, but if you didn't do it and you're not sure what it is, we should reverse that. And so they reversed it, and then the YouTube Red got turned off. And it took them a few months before they started asking me if I wanted another free trial. So...
Well, no, that's the thing too. It's I've had that happen with the YouTube app on my phone and on my tablet. I've noticed that with a lot of applications now. I've noticed that on Xbox. It's like there are all these new premium applications or integrations with the applications now. And they're trying to force their general subscribers to get these Prime or these more advanced.
Right. We're in an era where cord cutting is really starting to turn into an expense. We're really in an era where the TV business is changing forever as we know it. People are realizing that the cable packages are getting too expensive and not tailored to their individual needs.
Yeah.
And why should we be paying $120 a month for a whole bunch of golf channels? And so
But
and Hulu came on as a free service. What was it? Netflix transitioned from disc service to some streaming, and then transitioned to all streaming, and that was cool. But now Hulu, there's no such thing as free Hulu anymore. Many networks are streaming stuff for free. That's minimizing. Disney's taking their stuff off of Netflix now and starting their own service, and so now we're getting to the point where it's like you gave up the all-in-one package with cable for everyone to hook you onto a whole bunch of separate monthly fees that will eventually add up to that. Although at least now you can pick and choose your monthly fees, but then you had like CBS doing their own thing that they're having.
But why would I want YouTube Red, or why would I want Twitch Prime, or why would I want Amazon Prime and shit like that? It's like, okay, I don't really care about what Amazon has because I have Netflix or I can switch over to Hulu. Twitch Prime, I can give two shits and a flying fuck about Twitch Prime because it's just getting rid of advertisements, I believe, and lets you play around with bits. Okay. It doesn't do anything else other than that, and and I think there's also some stuff for when you're broadcasting on your own channel.
Well, Amazon Prime started as a shipping scheme. The streaming came later, and what it really comes down to is Amazon has certain streaming things Netflix doesn't. Netflix has certain streaming things Amazon doesn't, and so it's a question of which one meets your needs more. And for some people, it's I want them both. And for some people, it's, I have Amazon Prime for shipping, so the content's there if I need it, and my in-laws have Netflix and shared their password with me. So,
Well, no, that's fine and dandy. I'm just talking about myself,
Right.
I mean, like, there's certain things out there I could give two shits and a flying fuck about,
Right.
For me, for example, for me, it's Xbox, Netflix, and
Chill. No,
Chill.
sorry.
Yeah, no, just that's probably the only two things I really subscribe to, and the only thing I really pay for is a cable subscription because my dad refuses to go to anything else but cable, unfortunately. But no, it's like I don't need Amazon Prime. I don't need Twitch Prime to fuck around with their advanced features. I don't need YouTube Red because I don't care about their extra ultra advanced fucking programming or whatever, you know?
Oh, you know what? I got my own Amazon rant, although I don't know if it's directly an Amazon rant or not, but it's certainly relating to Twitch.
Okay.
I have Roku sticks, and I love them. And I did not buy Fire Sticks because I don't really use Amazon's, streaming services all that much. So why would I get their stick? And Roku, it just struck me as kind of like the all-around stick that'll do it all. There used to be a Twitch app for the Roku, and at some point, Amazon discontinued the Twitch app.
Really?
Which is kind of you want to watch Twitch on your TV, you get your happy self a little Fire Stick here and ditch the Roku. And so, but there was a third-party app that was really good called Twitched, with a D at the end. And there was a free version, and there was a pay version. The pay version was a one-time 99-cent purchase, and the free version added in their own apps to pay for it. But the free version, 99 cents, and you don't have to deal with the ads, except that recently Twitch has been embedding their own ads, and they've come in on there, which, I understood that. Didn't bother me. I wasn't like... There were some people that were like, what the hell? I thought there was supposed to be no ads. It's like, dude, those are Twitch's ads. Those aren't the app's ads.
It's like, grow the fuck up. They're fucking ads.
Right, yeah. What was annoying to me, though, was that it's consistently... The app would load the channel twice. It would load the channel, stream a few seconds, buffer, and start again. And if it did that on a channel that gave me an ad, it would play the same ad when it rebuffered. So I'd have to watch the ad twice.
Yeah.
Minor inconvenience. Hashtag first world problems. But this past week, I turned on my TV to put some Bob Ross on the TV, and this app is no longer available. People have asked Roku, what the fuck? Roku said the developer pulled the app off the store, which results in us automatically uninstalling it from everyone's devices.
Oh, what the fuck?
And it's like, dude, I paid for that.
Yeah.
What gives the developer the right to withdraw a product people paid for? Now, one person posted a chat transcript with Roku support, where Roku support basically were like, well, we'll refund you the 99 cents. And he's like, dude, it ain't about the fucking 99 cents. It's a dollar. What the hell happened? And all they could tell us was that, well, the developer pulled it off the store, and that results in them taking it off, which to me raises a whole bunch of questions of what gives them the right. Why does Roku allow this? I think an app should be, once you bought it, it can't be taken off your device unless you take it off. If you take it out of the store, it should still be there. And now the guy that developed it, he was active on there was a Reddit page for this app, and the guy that developed it was active there. He's said not a word about this. He just withdrew the app, forced everyone's device, including those that paid him $1. He made money. He made money off of this. He took our money and ran, and pulled the app. Now the speculation is that Amazon sent him some kind of a cease and desist and threat of lawsuit, but it still calls into question, even if Amazon gets a hair up their ass over someone developing an app that relays their content, which is not even their content. People are does Amazon own the content that you put on Twitch?
They shouldn't.
I don't think they should either. But I'm trying to think what legal grounds Amazon would have if someone develops an app that basically restreams the content. It's other people's content. It's not Twitch's content. It's not Amazon's content.
Yeah.
But I could kind of, it calls into question a lot of legal questions, because if there ever were a case about this, it would be setting some precedents. Unfortunately, Amazon's legal team probably have more resources to win and set those precedents in the favor of big business and against us, the people. So it's kind of sickening the more you think about it. Basically, this guy probably was forced to withdraw it, but still, I'm still pissed at him. I'm still pissed at the whole thing. I'm pissed at Roku for having a system that lets people take it down. Now, I found out that the official Twitch app for Roku was not pulled off of everyone's devices when it was pulled out of the store. So that app still exists and still works. And people have made other apps that will install the app. So I was able to get the original Twitch app installed on my device. Now, the original Twitch app sucks. It doesn't have as many good features as the Twitch app has, and Amazon is not going to do any updates. So I imagine at some point, if the app becomes problematic or buggy or doesn't support future upgrades of the system, we're going to be shit out of luck unless we get a Fire Stick.
See, this is actually good information for me because I was thinking about buying a new TV. Unfortunately, I was thinking about buying a smart TV that has Roku on it. And the one I was looking at said game console. And I don't know if that means that I can stream my Xbox to it or if the Roku is a game console.
Yeah, I'd find out more details about that. You know, I thought smart TVs were really cool, and I bought one. I like the idea of it has it all in there. I gotta say, I like the navigation of a Roku stick so much better than the navigation of my smart TV. I bought a Roku stick for the smart TV.
Really?
Yeah. Roku has, a smart TV basically has certain options. Yeah, you can put a YouTube app on there. Maybe smart TVs have gotten better now, but it seemed to be, Roku, people are developing apps for Roku all the time. There's more things for Roku than there are for a smart TV. You get the big heavy hitters. You could put, you could put Plex on your smart TV, YouTube, browse the internet, which I don't understand why I remember one guy was like, "Oh yeah, I know something you don't know. Yeah, I check my email on my TV every day." Like, why? Why would you check email on your TV?
It's like, is there a reason for this?
So I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old, but it kind of reminds me of the TV with the built-in VCR, which that's kind of handy. It's kind of good if you just want to buy something for a place and just have them both. But usually it ends up being a TV with a broken VCR built into it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the lower model sticks, and you can get refurbished ones. The sticks are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't want to. I just don't want to buy 2 Xboxes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into that gaming console thing.
I don't know what that means. I
know.
I think that might be they have games available on it, and they're calling it a built-in gaming console. I don't think it's gonna play Xbox games.
No.
But I'm not exactly with it these days.
No,
but one thing I will say is I bought a Roku. I bought like a second generation Roku box. And at this point, the thing's a brick. I still used it maybe a year ago or so, but it was getting to the point where it was so laggy. I had to, and you could only restart it by unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Oh God!
And the only thing it could do, the only thing I could really do with it is run Plex off of it and stream my own stuff. There was no those early Roku boxes. They were really just for streaming your own stuff. They did have some apps on there, but they weren't that great. Although I will say there used to be an Onion app for Roku that would basically, Onion would develop, on their website, they'd have little clips and videos, and I especially like the one that was talking about Florida developing the new voting machines. And they show a picture of this large contraption, and it's like you pull the lever and you push this and you submit that and you put that in this slot and then you pull this lever there and then you push that button there and that sends your vote. Or you can just push this button to vote a straight Republican vote.
Yay, the onion.
which was so true. Yeah.
I like the one they did where the Sony device that doesn't do shit.
Oh yes, the box.
That was great.
That box, yeah. Oh man, I wish I could find that.
Owl was awesome.
Oh, let's see. Stoney releases stupid piece of shit box that doesn't fucking work. That's right. That's
Tech-savvy consumers are lining up today to be the first to purchase Sony's brand new stupid piece of shit that doesn't do the goddamn thing it's fucking supposed to. Onion News Network Tech Trends reporter Jeff Tate has more.
Thanks, Brandon. It's being called the biggest fucking waste of your hard-earned money to come along in years. Sony's new stupid box thing hit the shelves at crowded malls and overpriced electronics stores around the country today.
It's got a whole bunch more memory and megapixels and whatnot than any of the other TV shit that I already have. I can't wait to get home and spend my whole fucking night trying to figure the goddamn thing out.
If you can somehow claw and bite your way through the impossible-to-open packaging, this stupid piece of shit offers a wide variety of frustrating as hell functions, including flashing random fucking words and numbers on its display screen, not coming with the fucking little doohickey thing it's supposed to, and being goddamned ass-backward as fuck. Sony spokesman Alan Compton said the company designed this sucking fucking goddamn thing to make everyone in the modern home want to tear their fucking eyeballs out.
We listened hard to what our customers said they wanted the most out of their own home entertainment system, and then we pumped out this impossible-to-use fucking piece of shit.
Anyone mystified by the device's numerous extraneous features can scroll through the interactive help menu, a labyrinthine maze of indecipherable topics of use to fucking no one.
We want people to be screaming in unison from houses across the country. Work, you cocksucking piece of shit. What is wrong with you? Why can't you work like a normal machine?
With a $100 million nationwide campaign to plaster irritating-ass advertisements for the retarded hunk of garbage every single goddamn place you look, Sony is expecting it to become the next fucking gizmo you absolutely have to fucking own if you don't want to feel like a toothless hillbilly living in some hillbilly shack somewhere.
I love bullshit like this. Basically, I'll buy any goddamn thing that I see in an ad.
The fucking piece of shit is available now. So run out and pick one up and invite all of your friends over to see if any of them can figure out this motherfucking time vampire. Unless one of them is a rocket scientist, Sony pretty much guarantees they'll have no chance. For the Onion News Network, I'm Jeff Tate.
Thanks, Jeff. Sony says they plan to release an upgraded 800-gigabyte version of this piece of shit by the end of the year, just when you figured out the goddamn remote control for this one. It never ends, this shit.
So there you go. Yeah, that was one of their best.
Goddamn fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. It's a great guy to say it with the remote. Fuck!
Work, you fucking piece of shit.
So true. So true. Anyways, we are monitoring write-ins to the chat, and no one is chatting. Although I think that might be because Dune is out of town, and also my camera stopped working. So now I got to figure that out.
I was wondering about that. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just realized that.
I don't know why. Let's see if I turn it off, turn it back on. No, nope. I'm probably gonna have to remove it and re-add it to the XSplit session. So we'll just go ahead and. Oh no! Well, you know what? I think it's the Sony stupid piece of shit. I think that's what the box is supposed to be doing.
Sony stupid piece of shit.
It's yeah. Well, where do I remove it? I can't find the option to remove it.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Add source. Divisive video. Logitech webcam.
Wait. There we go. Something.
Yeah, and Venison's looping us back, but that's okay.
I am?
Hey.
How's that possible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I don't have the thing on.
Okay. Well, Skype is trying to gate it, and it was doing good up until like a minute ago. But if I keep talking, I eventually talk over it. Yeah. So let's see. Future. You know what? Mars pointed out a very alarming announcement recently, which calls into question what in the fuck are we going to do? Because
what?
Google has announced they're going to discontinue Hangouts.
What?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And they're like, don't worry, we're replacing it with all these other services or whatever that we have now. And basically, the bottom line is you can still do everything you could do before, except use a Hangout to stream to YouTube. And I'm like, but that's the only feature I need. That's the one thing I need. Google Hangout to YouTube is the only service that easily lets you share multiple video streams from different locations.
And they're getting rid of it.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know when. They haven't announced it, but they said later this year. So we're down to somewhere in the next 6 months. The essential thing that makes this all work goes poof. And Brian's response was, oh, don't worry. You're pretty creative. You'll figure something out. I'm like, no, you don't understand it. If I could figure something out, I would have kicked this fucking piece of shit to the curb years ago. I hate this. But the only other option is to
Skype.
Well, Skype is a video call. That won't stream. There are video chat options. I mean, in fact, I think whatever Google service they does will still do video chat. It's just that I can stream my video. The only way I can stream other people's video would be to capture their video off my screen, which is kind of like the digital version of pointing a camera at a screen.
OBS does it.
OBS will let us both share video streams to the same stream?
Yeah. Yeah.
How?
There are certain ways of capturing it. I have to look at it. I haven't fucked around with it for a while, but you can actually capture in the settings. If you go to like video, you can capture certain videos and actually rename them. So that way you can because what you're doing is you're capturing your computer screen.
Right.
So that way you're capturing, say, Brian, and you're capturing me.
Right, but I have to have you on an area of my screen and have it dedicated to that, and it's just capturing the video that's going to that stream. It's not capturing the actual data stream. It's capturing what's being displayed, which can be choppy because that's not the most efficient way to do it, and then also that takes up screen real estate because if I open up a window and it overlaps that, then that messes with it. So screen sharing, which like I said, it's like the digital equivalent of pointing a camera at a screen.
Well,
it's clunky.
Then it's clunky, but that's probably the only way that could be done.
Which is ridiculous because I mean the technology exists now. The only other option is what Dune is doing, which is vMix, but that shit ain't free. And
that's the thing. Yeah, the technology exists, but you have to pay for it.
Well, there's lots of free technologies to stream. I could do anything I need to do. Here's the thing. You could do video conferencing for free easily. You could do streaming by yourself for free easily. To combine streaming and video conferencing is the one thing that the only person doing that for free is the Google Hangouts to YouTube. That's the only free video streaming conferencing system.
If I remember correctly, isn't there a way in Windows 10 where you can share a screen? say if you had a video, if you had you can split the screen. So you can have one portion be the be a website or whatever, and then the other portion be the video conferencing. Does that make sense?
Right. I mean, yeah, but it's. I mean, it's clunky. I really don't want to do it that way. I really don't want to screen capture.
Dude, it's either screen capture or you pay for it.
And I don't know. I'm still.
This is what this world has turned into. But
here's the thing: is that at some point Twitch announced that because people who do Twitch channels do collaborations.
Yeah.
And it's been clunky because they don't support it. And so Twitch announced that they were going to put together this kind of collaboration feature, but it's only available to like their partners.
And their Twitch Prime.
Well, I have Amazon Prime. I think I can link that to be Twitch Prime. So I think technically I am Twitch Prime, but I think that feature, I don't know, it was an article I read. I don't even know when it's launching or if it has launched yet, but it was something that only like partners were getting because we're just riffraff. Now vMix, Dune's been able to do it with vMix, but that's because he bought he must have bought the $350 level. So for $350 we get a solution, but that solution only supports one caller, which we now have 2 callers. So we get 2 callers with the $700 version. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can look in some places and see what I can find.
Yeah, it's been maybe a number of months since I last researched this. But believe me, I have researched this because I hate the Hangouts. Plus, the Hangouts restrict us to YouTube. I can't easily get us onto Twitch. I was going to try to just dedicate a machine to stream capturing the YouTube channel and relay it to Twitch, but that would be clunky. And then, and then also when you have something clunky, things go wrong, and I've dealt with years of things going wrong, things breaking, and I'm at a point now where, I can't stop and fix shit while I'm holding a paintbrush and a bunch of oil paint in my hand. I want a nice stable setup that works, and I finally got something pretty stable here, and now it's like the one thing that barely lets me do what I could do, a multi-state video show.
Yeah.
The only free service that supports that is going poof. I don't get it, I wonder.
It's because corporate sister says finally, they looked in all this stuff saying, oh wow, people are doing all this and doing that and cool things, all like that. Let's cash in on it.
I don't think that's it. I don't think most people are doing the same things we're doing. Some Twitch is doing it, and Twitch is starting to move in that direction, but I think it's, takes time to develop that. I wonder, here's the thing, you can capture media into these softwares. But that's more like capturing a file. I wonder if I could get it to capture a stream. Like if I had someone video stream and I was playing it in a media player, could I tell it capture that media player and actually pick up the stream rather than pick up the screen capture? I don't know. I gotta do more research, which, when do I? So I don't know when that's going to happen, and I'm wondering if maybe we need to do like a summer hiatus at some point, take some time to figure shit out.
Maybe?
Because we also got to figure out scheduling, because now my schedule's pushed back an hour. And that's not a big deal for the show, but it does make setup for painting difficult. Although I love doing the painting, but I'd really like to get the painting on Twitch. I think we would do well on Twitch with the painting.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder if it's time for, well, I don't know. This is a conversation we should have off stream. So let's bring up Skype and give Brian a call and see how he's doing hanging out with the folks. Because he's not here because I think he had to go drive out to see the folks. And he did suggest that we could call him. So
suggestion, no hiatus. Because you go on hiatus, people forget.
I've gone on many hiatuses. I don't think the 3 people that tune in every time are going to forget. All right. Well, you know what? We'll figure it out. I know we're not painting next week because Lulu's running short on supplies, so it might be a good opportunity to just, I don't know, figure out what we're going to do to bring back painting. So maybe painting's on hold for a while. But we definitely want to bring it back.
Yes. Bring it back. Just maybe we should do a summer hiatus.
Okay. We're going to go to summer schedule, which we're available to do a show next week. So we will be here next week.
Ryan Woody.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Where you at, dog?
Now, the question is, can anyone spell the last name that they just heard on the stream? Bonus points if you get the first letter right. Anyways, No, hey, Brian, how's it going? We're live
If you're
right now.
satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4.
4? 4. I don't know.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1.
I don't
to listen
have
to your
buttons.
message,
Just press 1.
2.
Just press 1.
To erase and re-record, press 3.
It's not
To
letting
continue
me
recording
press
where you left
buttons.
off, press 4.
I don't
Just hang up.
I don't have a
hang
dial pad.
You don't have a pad. You don't have.
If you're satisfied
guess
with the
number?
message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh, wait. You know what? It just needs the sound of it, so if I can find a YouTube clip of a
Sorry
dial
you're
tone
having
phone.
trouble. Your message has been sent. Please try again later. Goodbye.
Well, fuck
Okay,
you.
there you go. I've noticed that old people are very cranky. Very cranky. Like, I went to Walmart earlier today with my
not
sister.
stoned people are very cranky.
No, old people. Old
Okay.
people. I went to Walmart with my sister, and there is a coffee place inside Walmart, and she was looking at the drinks, and this lady goes, "Are you in line?" And I'm like, "No, my sister is. Is she going to order?" I'm like, "She's in line. She's looking." You know, I'm like, and she's like making a huffy puffy sound. Like she's tiny. She's like petite. She's like this fucking mean ass bitch. And I said, "Sarah, she wants to know if you're ordering," you know. And Sarah goes, "Yes, I am." You know, she's rushing over to go get her drink and everything. And this old lady's like fucking giving her the death glare and shit. I'm like, holy fuck. She wants her fucking coffee. The fucking old bitch.
Okay, all right. What time was it?
12:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, so this wasn't the first cuppa that your sister was getting in between an old lady and.
No.
This was the afternoon perk up kind of. You know, we got some boring training slides to go through. No, kidding. That was my afternoon coffee.
No, and this lady like got like this fucking mixed frozen mocha thing, and it was fucking huge. It was a 32 ounce, and she's like just she has like.
So she's an addict.
She's an addict, and she's.
You don't fuck with an addict. Don't get between an addict and the thing they're addicted to. You
She's
steer
fucking
clear.
slurping it down, and she's like walking by with her fucking old ass husband. He's like, "What took so long?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Anyways, I want to share a little something.
There's a reason for that.
I think I could share this without giving away too much information because.
Wait. First of all, I can explain the old people bit because I saw this on Facebook, and and I said, you know what? They're right. The reason why people seem mean because they are old. They've been around for decades, so they have seen, so much shit, bullshit, heard so much bullshit, seen so much stupidity that they get to a point, when you get to a point in your life where I'm not having this anymore. So if you delay them, look out.
So it's okay for her to be a fucking cunt?
Well,
yes, if you're getting her way.
Once you reach a certain age,
for 32 ounce coffee, you're going to get yelled at.
Once you reach a certain age, ain't no one going to fuck with you. There's no consequences. You just kind of do or say whatever you want. Gothard had a great idea, which was once you get 80, you should be allowed to do any drugs you want to in exchange for giving up your driving privileges.
Yeah.
Because if you're 80 and you want to do heroin, go ahead.
I should not put that there.
Anyways,
yeah, they're probably not going to live that much longer anyway. So who fucking cares?
Yeah. But anyways, so this won't give away where what company I work for, but this is the view from the roof of the building I work out of now. Oh yeah, we have access to the roof.
Please don't step over the railing.
No. There's that would take quite a. You'd have to intentionally
push over would be better.
There might be a push involved there, but yeah. So turns out I work right near Fenway Park, which you could see right from the roof there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm digging a new place. So yeah, snap cool. That. Yeah, we did it. It's funny. The first day you're working at a place, like 3 people will give you tours of everything. You come in, meet, a little meet and greet with your supervisor, who you already met in the interview. But like, hey, here's the kitchen. Here's where you get the coffee, and do a little walk around. And then the training person, well, let's walk around the building, show you everything is. Then HR, hey, here's the benefits spiel. All right, let's do a walk around the building now. So I've been showed around the building like 3 or 4 times today. But each tour was a little different, and so one of the tours is like, well, you haven't been to the roof yet, have you? No, we haven't been to. Oh, what? Let's show you the roof. So yeah, they got tables up there. You can take your lunch up there if the weather is nice, and if the weather's not nice, then no. So yeah, so that's gonna be
hadn't come up yet.
So that's gonna be interesting. Working right next to Fenway Park.
I guess. Oh, there it is. Damn, it's a long delay.
Oh, you want to see this? You want to see the view?
Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it now. It just popped up.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it?
Okay, you can see where the tornado's coming.
Oh my god.
Tornadoes? I don't
they're getting bad this year. They're popped up in places they never were before.
I didn't know you get tornadoes there, Gators.
No, we don't.
Actually, yes, you do.
I mean, Northeast can get tornadoes, but
but they've had an inordinate amount of them. Last month, even New Jersey got a shitload of them.
I've heard of New Jersey getting tornadoes a handful of times growing up there. It's a rare event. It might take down a house or two. It's
turning. This is the 3rd largest tornado outbreak in recorded history across the nation.
Any area's gonna have natural disasters from time to time. New Jersey is more subject to flooding than other things. especially Manville.
Remember, I've been living there for a long time.
Man.
I've been seeing the severity of things.
How many times have you seen Manville flooded out? You know, it's like, yeah, I don't think don't want to live there.
Yeah, when my high school the whole first floor got flooded out, that was cool.
We get typhoon like weather, here where I'm at.
Hurricanes and tropical storms and nor'easters. Oh, the nor'easter! Now there's a nice little weather phenomenon, just like a hurricane. Because in winter they got a little nor'easter.
In a real good storm, our winds will reach up to like 60, 70 miles.
That's all.
With rain going
90.
sideways. And the wave, like we get king waves, where they're crashing up and going over the harbors.
Oh God!
Every place has their disasters.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, East Coast hurricane, I think, is the thing we're most subject to. Although the further north you go, the less likely they're going to reach you. So I'm doing good there.
For now.
We'll see.
Just wait till the shit comes that just went through Ohio now, is going into western Pennsylvania. It'll get to you soon. You'll love it.
It'll probably peter out by the time it reaches us.
Maybe. The last few ones didn't.
Anyways,
don't forget, everyone, venison is a know-it-all when it comes to weather.
Damn near right. I've been doing it since I was 17, out of necessity.
Anyways,
so I'm definitely up there.
Yep.
What's that?
Thank you.
Thank you, Velvet 7.
Hello, Jacob. Thirst? Hello.
Such a thought. Such a thought.
Oh, she's such a sweet thing.
She's a thought.
Oh, she almost could say my name.
Hello, Jacob. Thirst? Hello.
Oh, that poor child.
How can you not find that adorable?
That's not adorable.
It's absolutely adorable.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Want to kiss?
It was horrible that they blocked her just for having large assets.
It's
totally
because
unfair.
she was, like, showing them off.
So does Amaranth. They didn't block her.
It's how they show them off.
Well, Amaranth didn't have as much to show off, so it's really discrimination against the size.
D-cups. A-cups won't get bothered. D-cups? Oh, yeah. There'd be a problem there.
I saw no problem with the situation. I thought it was a pretty good show. I could have. It was quite hypnotic. I could have watched those things bounce for hours. Wait, what? Never mind.
You guys are terrible.
Yes, we are.
This would have been banned even before she signed up. Oh God, she'd never make it.
Anyways,
You guys are terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, come on! I just thought she was good at dance moves.
No.
I'd watch. Hey,
I've seen her. She.
I'd watch just about any stream, though.
Women.
You know, I'd watch anyone.
She's a thought.
Oh, you say that like it's a bad thing.
It's disgusting.
It's entertaining. It's entertainment.
Cat.
Okay. All right. Never mind. We're just pissing off the Lulu at this point. So let's change the topic.
It is nasty.
Okay. All right. Well, it's.
So I've been thinking about being a thought.
It's not as bad as this. People watch this for entertainment. You have,
because that's just funny.
You know what?
That's just funny.
So it's okay if it's funny.
Yes, that is just hilarious.
Well, maybe Velvet Seven's dancing was funny.
Find it. Show a picture of Velvet Seven.
Okay. All right. Well, we will go over here to images.google.com. We will Google Velvet 7, and there they are. I think this here is from an older stream before she got banned. Here's another one from an older stream before she got banned. Here's another one from before. Let's see. I'm not sure if there's any.
No. Go up. Show that one. No, go up.
Okay.
Go up. Show that one.
Now, yeah.
Tell me that's not a thought.
I don't really care what it is. I like it.
A guy's perspective versus another woman's perspective.
Okay, now that's a little wrong. That someone captured this. That's a little wrong. I think that. But here she's got her hands up in the air, doing a little dance.
And her boobs are flying everywhere.
At no point was the nipple in view.
Her boobs were flying everywhere.
You say that.
They're going to do that.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Lulu, if you dance around, things are going to move. Is this a problem? Is this wrong? Is this
nature? It's physics.
It's physics. We're observing physics in action.
Yes, this is a learning experience.
You guys are fucking horn dogs.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Nasties.
Come on.
Hey, most members of the human race have urges, okay?
Nasties.
Oh, come on. Like you don't like watching hot guys.
You should turn your wife into a thought.
She's not interested in any of that.
Turn your wife into a thought.
I'm not sure what point you're trying to make here. If she wanted to, I'd encourage her to do what she wants to do. If that she finds satisfaction or
would you be comfortable with your wife being a thought?
I don't think Velvet Seven's married. You see,
No. Answer the question.
I think
if she was doing that kind of stuff and having bunches of men watch her on Twitch.
Do you think it's a problem for someone to choose to dance for men? Do you think that that's a bad thing or that people shouldn't be allowed to do that?
I'm just saying it's nasty.
Okay, all right. I ain't jacking off to it.
Yet.
Yeah, yet.
I really think it's more cute than arousing, to be honest. Oh, okay. Is that? Are you trying to do an impression of a cock with your finger? I just think she's entertaining. She's easy on the eyes, and it's cute. Cute, I think, describes it better than arousing. I'm not looking for arousal when I watch her. I just think it's cute.
And she's Asian.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now venison, on the other hand, is making us all look bad.
No, normal.
No. No.
Oh, okay. All right then. So let's go back to this because this is acceptable. See, we at least we could still make Lulu laugh. So she must not be that pissed off at us.
No.
Now, I haven't really seen these pictures before. So that first one that came up, which I think was the other chick, I guess. I just saw, somebody in the bikini top and bikini bottom, and I saw a guy.
Yeah, that would be Rhett. He's internet famous.
Really?
Yeah. And I, Lulu's right. It's funny.
Okay. Oh shit! I forgot to do this something.
Oh, that reminds you? You forgot to put your bikini top and bottom in the laundry?
No, I did that already. No.
I'm so confused now.
PBS is involved again. That show, Arthur, Mr. Ratburn. We finally find out that he's gay. And they had a couple episodes of him on there, with a special partner, and they even had an episode where he got married to his gay partner. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is PBS. This is another kid show. Yeah, I guess I can understand it, but why?
Would you have questioned why if it was a straight wedding that was taking place on the show?
No, it was,
Okay, then why even question it?
No, I'm sitting there saying, why they even switching over, getting through all through life's social difficulties, what have you. Why they go in a gay theme all of a sudden?
Just how in the Sesame Street, they also, I think, had an interracial couple at some point in the beginning.
Wait, had what again?
In the beginning, when they first started Sesame Street, they brought in an interracial couple, I believe.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Oh my god.
I don't remember who but yeah, and then that was maybe a bigger deal at the time.
Yeah, I guess it was. Maybe they were trying to, I want to say show off, but I can't find the word. Trying to be edgy on.
No, they're not being politically correct or anything like that. They're just trying to show kids that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be who you are.
Yeah.
That this is okay.
Yeah, but it's just a little bit of shock and surprise that ours has been around for years. I think almost 2 decades at least, and they're just doing this, like I said, now within the past month.
I don't know why we're even questioning this. I think it is a good thing that they did to represent something that's real and a part of life.
Oh yeah, I got no problem with it. I just found it unusual. But they only played the marriage once. They never played it again.
Well, also the original Arthur was finished, and they brought back a new Arthur. That's the thing. they remade it.
Aha. This I did not know.
Yeah, they finished up Arthur. And they brought back Arthur with new drawings.
So they rebooted it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This I did not know.
Now, when are they going to bring back Wishbone?
I don't know.
What the hell is that?
It's
that
just
was the PBS show with the dog that, like, I think he, like, was narrated or something, but it was a real life dog that would Wishbone, the dog. Google it.
It was real life, not animated.
But yeah, I think they were also talking about rebooting Reading Rainbow, and I know they rebooted the Magic School Bus. There was a couple others they were thinking about doing.
Here we go.
What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination on such a little bud. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? It kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Shake a leg now, Wishbone. Let's wag another tail. Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Come on,
remember that one?
No, I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen the TV guide, and I watch PBS a lot here and there.
This was pretty popular in PBS. My siblings watched it all the time.
I was watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was in New York. I don't know what.
Oh no, it was in New York. I was in New York at the time. It was. This is. We're going back. This is. It says this is 2001.
Oh, that's probably why.
But I thought Arthur was around back then too.
It was.
Oh yeah, it was.
Let's see. Wishbone was on from 95 to 97. Okay, it's back even further than I thought.
Yeah, I think that was the time I was not watching PBS.
Well, so was Arthur, though, I thought.
I don't know about the 1990s, but I know he was in there in the 2000s.
Let's see. Maybe, well, Arthur, I think, probably lasted a while. Let's see. Oh, they've been around 22 seasons. So, yeah, they've been around a while. Okay, that explains it. Wishbone only lasted a few seasons.
At the time, I ignored them on this TV guide because things were still happening here.
So this has been your weekly guide to television from the 90s, from soap operas to PBS.
PBS Kids brought to you by a 72-year-old black man.
That's right, because some of those shows are cool.
And he likes to look at tiger penis.
That's right, he does.
Hey, I was not expecting to do that.
Whenever a tiger penis shows up on your TV screen, you point and look at that. You know, like, whoa, hey, we got some.
Especially a child's tiger penis.
A child's tiger.
That's why I said something. It was supposed to be there.
Have you posted it on Reddit? Maybe other people will become attracted to it.
You could be known as that guy on Reddit that talked about child tiger penis.
2 weeks later, they removed it. They colored it over.
Likely story.
They did?
Well, post it again. You gotta get that truth out.
It was never there.
You gotta get that truth out, Venison. Go on all the forums.
Dental.
What?
Oh, don't worry. His teeth will be worked over.
You know, I think that, you know, in this era of digital antenna transmissions, sometimes a few pixels get garbled. I'm thinking it just got a little blocky right in the area where the pants were, and you imagined it.
No. This was very noticeable. Like I said, but you had to get close. You got to get pretty close to the screen to see it.
Can I bring up something?
So you got close to the screen to check out what Daniel
That's
Tiger's
right,
got
because the
between
first
the
time
legs.
I noticed something was not right, so I had to go look to verify.
Can I bring up something?
You go ahead.
We're talking about a child tiger penis, and for some reason, Venison just started talking about his dental insurance. Can we address this? Why was there a sudden switch in dental insurance? I don't understand this. Venison, are you having a stroke? Do you smell bacon?
I had two of them already, possibly three. That's one of the reasons why my mouth doesn't work exactly as it used to.
What does your mouth have to do with tiger penis?
Absolutely nothing.
But you're the one that's talking about your mouth and tiger penis in the same sentence.
No, you were talking about not at the same time. I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You said dental insurance and tiger penis.
I think
now nasty.
2 hours of discussion, which included children's television programming, and Lulu's going to walk away from this as, wow, what a weird conversation about children's tiger penis and Venison's mouth. But
let's just, to make matters worse, there's other stuff they did I'm not even going to tell you about.
No, go right ahead. I would love to hear about this and your dental insurance.
Oh no, I got a screen capture somewhere. I'll just send you the screen capture, and you can make out what you want of it. But I thought the screen capture was funny as hell.
Oh my god!
I couldn't stop laughing.
I think I think I have one face to sum up this conversation, and this brings it full circle. There we go. That is the look of someone listening to this show right now. Right there. What the fuck? There it is right there. I think that sums it right up, Venison. The hell is wrong with you?
It's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
No, I do not. I do not like this. I do not like this one bit. Just once more.
Where the devil have you been?
I'll give you a hint. Up to a screen capture.
$1,000 for that army of private investigators. My men combed every inch of this globe looking for you. Idiots. They missed a spot. It's called the Napa Valley. Darling, are you all right?
This is such a great scene. I still love it. Oh, I'm such...
Never gonna doubt me again, are you?
It keeps going too. It just keeps.
Where's Dixie? We don't know.
No, we gotta find her though, Paul.
Oh yeah, well right now they're talking about they don't know where Dixie is, but they get into it.
She didn't even leave a note or anything. She could be south of a dozen borders by now.
We're gonna wrap this up soon, but
Well, let's get some blasted answers. Have you called the hospital?
we need some blasted answers.
Adam knows about this?
Uh-oh.
Drove Dixie to this. How dare he call the police to track her down?
Before you know it, he'll be having bloodhounds chasing Dixie after her heels.
Oh, there's some more exchanges between Tad and Palmer here. Once again, Palmer thought Tad was dead for 2 to 3 years, and all they could do is bicker. No, hey, great to see you again.
Look at you. You're even more handsome than I remember you. That California sun did you good.
Did you always wear those earrings?
Great line right there.
You wouldn't remember these. These are brand spanking.
Did you always wear those earrings?
You didn't inherit my fashion.
Mind you, you still got some amnesia, so.
I mean, were you like them? What, squishy? You know what, Opal? I'm gonna
Let's rescue him. Let's rescue him here. Great acting.
Jackson Montgomery, that sissy slur,
He's very good at making that confused face, like, what the hell is going on
Gotten
here?
us into enough trouble already. Did I ever tell you married an upbeat kind of guy?
Well, no, you never did call Lovebug upbeat.
Really? Makes me proud to call you Daddy. I am not your father. Would someone bring this deluded young man up to date? Au contraire, Papa. You married Ma. As far as I'm concerned, that makes us blood kin. Well, I'm going down to the police station and nip Adam Chandler in the bud. I'll take care of finding my own family. All for one, eh, Pops?
Oh, all right, now you two make nice.
Just a hunch, but that's the in-law you were talking about that destroyed my marriage, right?
Do you remember that?
No. He just seems like the type of jerk that would do something like
Oh,
that.
no.
If you're going to rehash ancient history, do it in California. We're busy.
Oh, now you hush up. This is a good son. Deep down in his gut, Ted remembers how he feels about you. It's all coming
It's a
back.
good
Isn't
thing
it?
he
Your
remembers he
sensations
hates your
coming back
guts.
strong, aren't they?
I thought it was gas. Come on, Opal.
Well,
Now listen. If being married to this bozo doesn't turn out to be a bed of roses, you tell me
it's
and
a
I'll take
bed of
it.
roses I'm walking on there. But I gotta just say adios.
Anyways, there we go.
Bill soap opera.
I tell
For a
you,
couple of minutes, okay? I got
All My Children, greatest soap opera of all time.
What?
Yeah, totally was.
Better than General Hospital, which is also still on?
I don't know why they kept that one on. Ugh. My mom used to watch all the ABC soaps. General Hospital was the first one she stopped watching. I'm not saying that I don't know. I never watched it. But I could never stand any of the others. And I still can't. I mean, yeah, General Hospital's still on. Whenever I see clips of it, I'm just like, ugh. And then they brought
the guiding light.
They brought the KFC Colonel on as a real life character on General Hospital, as if he really exists.
They did that?
Yes, they did.
I'm glad you're the only one that watches those things.
I did not watch that one.
Better. Oh, Lulu.
Yeah, I got the clip.
Huh.
One more horrible thing for you.
Oh no!
What?
No! What now?
No. No. No.
That screenshot I was going to give you. And as soon as I find it, three of the characters from Tiger were butt fucking each other.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Why?
Now,
Why?
Hey, thanks for coming over.
I laughed my ass off when I saw
I
it.
figured,
Here we go. Just last year on General Hospital, this happened.
you have to be missing Dante. I thought I was doing such a good
I
job of
don't know who
covering
these
his
people
mission.
are. I don't
Told
care
everyone
about these people, but they're talking. And
Anyway, I thought maybe we could help each other out.
I don't. How long is this clip?
We used to.
Oh, here we go.
Know how much I needed this. Just
This is
hanging
not a
out, nowhere to
commercial.
be, no
This is part of the
pressure.
show.
I know. It feels like I've been running at 10,000 miles an hour. Oh. And speaking of running at 10,000 miles an hour. What? You know how there's an art to texting? Like, some people get it and some people don't. The Colonel, he definitely gets it. He's so witty, it's almost exhausting.
Wait, are we talking about the Colonel?
Colonel Harlan Sanders? He's a friend.
Get out!
He's actually in town, and I asked if he would like to join us.
Colonel Sanders is coming over. Here. You set this up. There's no way that's who's at the...
Maxie, my dear, it's wonderful to see you again. Been a minute.
That it has. I'm so happy you could join us. Come on in.
Oh my God! I just got the notice from the Hangout that they are going to cut off the stream if I keep showing this content that is not owned by us. They have no problem with a 1993 episode of All My Children. But last year's Colonel Sanders appearance on General Hospital, no, man, that is protected intellectual property that is valuable.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck indeed?
Who's your friend?
That really happened.
Excuse me.
So there you go. You've seen a modern clip from General Hospital and a vintage clip from All My Children. Which was better? I don't think it's a contest.
All My Children.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
We're going to bring on Colonel Sanders. We're going to sell some fried chicken.
Harlan Sanders. And we got the fried chicken placed perfectly on the table. I mean, it cut to it and it's like, wait, are we still on commercial break? I mean, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God. It's yeah.
So they're making commercials into the show?
Well, I mean, product placement's been with us since the earliest days of TV, but now it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like skip the actual commercial and the product placement and just throw in the whole fucking mascot into the storyline.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders, he's totally a friend of mine. We text all the time. Hey, he's coming over.
What, a bucket of chicken? I want breast.
Anyways, on that note, I believe it is time once again to put another fun-filled edition.
Oh yeah, but wait a minute now. Let me finish something. So Lulu.
Oh God, what?
Come on. The reason why I laughed so much about that screenshot was because Prince Wednesday was buddying Miss Selena. She was slightly bent over, and and Prince Wednesday is looking behind him with a look on his face of shock, kind of. Well, mostly surprise, but kind of like, in the vein of, what are you doing? Because Daniel was behind him, butting him.
Yeah, Venison, you really shouldn't be looking at children TV shows. You shouldn't be around children. You shouldn't be around young adults.
There should be restraining
programs that actually do stuff like this. All the others I found nothing wrong with, except that one.
No. In general, you shouldn't be looking at children. You shouldn't be around schools. Nothing.
I will not be watching General Hospital, so I'll rather watch that.
Just focus on your dental plan.
Oh, okay. All right, Venison. If your options are General Hospital and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, might I suggest a better antenna? There's this great network called Buzzer that gets in episodes of Match Game that are completely not sexual.
Don't have that here.
Never mind.
I had an antenna here before I got cable. I looked at all the stations, and there was a lot to play with.
Just what?
Might I suggest the Home Shopping Network?
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, in the package I have, they added that as part of the family package. I get a Home Shopping Network, and I'm like, ugh.
Home Shopping Network, QVC, and what's the other one? There's another one that's for
Watch
shopping.
Guiding Light. Watch something else. Watch MASH. Watch
Aftermath.
MASH I would like to watch too, but it doesn't come on at the right time.
What do you mean the right time? You have all the time.
It comes on later on in the evening.
Hey, what about Three's Company?
Later on in the evening.
That 70s show.
The Ropers.
I'm talking daytime TV here. The only thing I have for choices are either soap operas,
they brought back
news shows like The View or whatever, The Talk. Ugh.
Do you have the History Channel? Do you have Discovery?
No.
What the fuck do you have?
Discovery.
Watch Discovery.
I've got Discovery. Because BattleBots, definitely.
And on that note, I think we've all learned a whole lot today. So let's just go around the room and talk about all things that we learned tonight that are not related to Daniel Tiger or Venison's teeth. Sorry, Lulu. we'll give you time to think about that. We'll go to Venison first. Venison,
oh my God.
What have you learned tonight?
What I've learned is not a whole hell of a lot, except for the fact that, what's it, Twitch? Yeah. You miss your favorite titty girl on Twitch.
I don't miss her. She's still on. She just doesn't show as much of the... Anyways, Lulu, what have you learned?
Oh, what have I learned? I've learned so much today.
We are educationally.
I've learned things I wish I never learned. There you go.
There you go. And I've learned when all else fails, just break out a picture of Rhett in a bikini and everything's okay.
Yes.
There you go. There we go. That's the secret to life, the world, everything. Rhett wearing a bikini. On that note, thank you for listening. Yeah. And stay tuned. The show will be continuing. Painting is on hiatus while Lulu buys... we got some equipment. I got to buy new canvases, actually. And I really want to try to find a way to work. We've proven that it can be done. I want to see if we can find a solution for the shared video conferencing thing that we're doing here, and see if I can find a free option to do this and bring it to Twitch. Because not that I'm opposed to paying for something, but generally things like that are for business use, and I'm not making money doing this. Now, if someone's making money, yeah, a cut of that should go to the tools that are being used to make money. Yeah, but I'm looking for a consumer version. I'm not doing this to make money, I don't know. Stay tuned. We will be back next Monday. Same time, same place, same lame-ass conversations about sex in boathouses. So everyone go out and have sex in a boathouse so you can tell us about it next week.
Or a greenhouse.
Or a greenhouse. Or
bushes.
No.
But not at the gatehouse, because that's where Stuart and Scott live. Scott's totally still in existence, even though no one's seen him on camera in the past 5 to 10 years. But he's totally still there and still alive, and he'll one day show up out of nowhere being an adult. So, because that's how things work in Pine Valley. Anyways.
I missed the clump. Why they had to get rid of...
That's because the child actor is now on meth and somewhere homeless in a dumpster.
Yeah, they just wrote the character out, but he still exists. Stuart's still raising him, and so they make a point to mention him anytime, like, oh, I just put Scott in the bed, or oh, I went to the zoo with Scott the other day and we saw and it's like, dude, there ain't no one playing Scott. There's no one cast for Scott. No one's seen Scott in like 5 fucking years.
And they didn't replace him with another actor like they did when I purchased
they will, and I know this because I watched all this the first time around. They will at some point. They're gonna cast Scott Chandler as a teenager when they start focusing. Basically, at some point, all my children realize, oh shit, we need to bring in younger viewers because our ratings are dropping. And so they brought in a bunch of high school age characters, and so it was like, hey, Scott's about that age now. Let's let him come out of his room.
Where they locked him up, and kept him hostage all those years.
He's totally there. He's totally around. He's in the gatehouse in his bedroom, or sometimes he's off at summer camp. I think he was at summer camp, or I think him and Stuart did some like whitewater rafting a little while ago. He's around. He's totally there. You don't need to see him on camera to know he's there. I love soap opera writing. What's great is that there was a back in the 70s, there was another child in the Martin household, and I guess they decided that the Martins had too many children, so they wrote him out. The last scene that he had was he went up to the attic to get the skis, and you never saw him again. And it was
God!
Yeah, and so
something ate him in the attic.
And so years later, in the early '90s, Opal somehow accidentally gets locked in the Martins' attic, and when she's up there, she finds a skeleton with skis and a ski hat on in the attic. It's like, yeah. No, he didn't. We're not pretending like he didn't exist. He totally existed. He just went up to the attic and died and brought it to a skeleton. That's where he still is.
And nobody went up to the attic in all that time for anything?
Well, when the camera's off you figure, he'll be fine. He'll take care of himself. When at some point the writers will write him to walk downstairs and he'll be fine. Nope, that's not what happened. They wrote him back in eventually as a skeleton.
As a skeleton.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that great or what? Anyways, thank you for listening. Be sure to check out AnimationRadio.com during the week for all your weekly entertainment needs. And, stay tuned for more shit. I think Vamp comes on tomorrow if you need help getting to sleep. Good night!
Well, there's two more things I found in that series even you could find. I'm not touching that.